Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez back again. I'm going to cover three subjects in this video. If you refill any kind of Canon cartridges, CLI 8s, CLI 42s, PGI 9s, PGI 72s, PGI 29s, whatever. These ink sets all contain two versions of cyan and two versions of magenta. One is your regular, and then one is your photo. The same thing goes with Epson cartridges. You always have a light magenta, a regular magenta, a light cyan, a regular cyan. Be very careful you do not mix the two. Or you do not, say for instance, put photo magenta on both magenta cards, or photo cyan or cyan, whatever the case, or even mix them. You will throw your whole color system to the trash. Okay, it will not work, and all you'll get is headache after headache trying to figure out what the hell is going on, because the only thing that will help you is to look at the nozzle check, and that is the next subject. So be very careful. Do not line up all the bottles all at once. One bottle at a time, one card at a time. Double check. Make sure you actually have the two paired correctly, and then proceed to refill it. Remember, with these systems, except for the Pro 1, where you only have single-use chips, all of the other systems are resettable. So you can have, I have a card set, complete set, that has been reset and it has been filled. This is ready to go in my Pro 10. The moment I get a low ink warning, I will remove that complete set and insert this one in there. And then I will sit here at my leisure, one card at a time, and top them off and reset them. I will be looking specifically for the C and the PC, the M and the PM. Make sure that I put the correct ink in those cartridges. How to determine, once you've done this and you really don't know whether you did or not, okay, now you're at a loss. How do I check this, you might ask? Well, you run a nozzle check. On an Epson printer, you will notice that the photo cyan should be a little bit lighter than the regular cyan. The little lines that you get on an Epson nozzle check. Same thing goes for a Canon printer. You don't get lines, but you get bands. You should be able to detect the difference. Your regular cyan should be a bit darker than your photo cyan stripe. It may end up that the nozzle check is perfect, meaning you have no missing sections or segments, but the colors don't match. In other words, what should be lighter is actually darker. Or both could be the same strength. That means you use the same single ink for both cartridges, and vice versa. Many combinations that you could actually do wrong. And how do I know this? You guessed it, I've done it more than once. Okay, so that's why I'm warning everybody. Do one card at a time. Take your time. You have a full set in your printer, happily sitting in there waiting to be used. And this is the one that you're now going to systematically sit down and work on as you refill one card at a time. Do not line up the bottles. Take one bottle, put it here, match it to the card, look at it again. Remember, in woodworking, measure twice, cut once. Same thing here. So that will prevent you from making that silly mistake that all of us have done in the past. Okay, the last subject was somebody filled up successfully their whole set of PGI. In this case, these are the 72s for the Pro 10. And the yellow card has not been able to print. There's no ink shown on the nozzle check at all. It's blank. So before we get into the possible reasons, I would like you to go back and check out my Pro 9500 Mark II videos. And there I show you the various methods of refilling these. One of them being just a simple passive method where you actually literally just drip ink drop by drop into the external or the exit port of the cartridge. Another one is to use an adapter, and you can use a syringe and literally just kind of not quite a vacuum feed, but you're going to extract and then you're going to fill. These cartridges have a diaphragm type bag. It's like an accordion, and there is a very incredibly engineered spring-loaded type diaphragm that keeps just enough pressure on that bag as the ink is being used. What I believe happened was that there's a huge air pocket inside that bag, and of course no ink can come out unless you clear that. The way you clear these cartridges of any such problem is to insert one of these, and this is easily made. All it is one of these little clips right here. I drill a little tiny hole and I epoxied a tiny little stubby needle. Okay, the needle does not extend beyond the rubber gasket, and this can be attached to the cartridge, and then you can attach a syringe. Okay, and then you're going to extract all the way back, and that way you will suck out any air that might be in there. And then you remove it, you load it, insert the syringe with the correct amount of ink. You're going to pull back some, so have a syringe that, for instance, 20 ml, because you're going to be putting 15 ml in here, 15 to 16 ml. And then you're going to pull back. You cannot pull back anymore. At that point, you're going to inject the ink, remove the whole thing, and then now you're presented with a port that if you squeeze, I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to make a mess here. You can see that ink is actually bubbling to the surface of the sponge. That means that the cart is full and it has no air, and it should be able to flow. It should be able to flow in your printer. If you have a cart that is not flowing, and these do not have a sponge inside, so these should be able to flow just freely. Do not print anything. Only print nozzle checks. Okay, nozzle checks will not harm the print head. Regular printing will, absolutely will burn out your print head in a matter of a couple of prints if you have a channel that's not flowing. So that's my admonition for this. Do not force this situation if a cart is not flowing correctly. And I'm specifically referring to these types of carts. For the Pro 9500, the Pro 10. They have that internal accordion type bag, and you just have to make sure there's no air in them. The same thing goes with the Pro 1, but that's a different subject. But anyway, so if you get blank on your nozzle check, stop, remove the cart. Make yourself one of these or order them already made from octoinkjet.co.uk. They have them, and they will be happy to send you one even in the United States. So, and it doesn't take but a few days to get here, and it's not that expensive. I think a few dollars will get you one of these. And then that's what you will use to prime that system. Sometimes the diaphragm gets stuck. Okay, that could happen. Remember, none of these carts are meant to be refilled. None of them. We are hacking the hell out of these cartridges. Okay? So remember, nothing is meant to be refilled. It's meant to be tossed. And the truth is, the engineering that went into one of these carts costs more per cart to manufacture one of these. It costs more to manufacture one single cart than the ink that's in it. Yes. Okay. So that should leave you, with your mouth hanging open a little bit. It is a very, very well designed and engineered cartridge, and nothing that a compatible cart can even come close, because everything internally is patented. Do not consider getting compatible carts for your Pro 10. Don't do it. It'll be the death of your printer. All right. So that is it. I hope that if you guys have any problems similar to that, do what I just recommended. Make yourself one of these. Suck out any air. You will suck out air, and then all of a sudden you will get ink. That means you've cleared the blockage. And then you can insert or drip ink. You can either inject it or you can drip drop by drop, and then make sure that it weighs 33 grams. You squeeze it, you get that saturated sponge from ink, and let go, clip it, and now you're ready to put it in your printer. And after purging, which will occur every time you change cartridges, you'll be good to go. You will run a nozzle check, and at that point you will determine that all the 10 channels are firing cleanly and you're ready to go. All right, that is it. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, share, and like. Until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.